Hey guys, so today I'm doing the pet peeve tag. I wasn't tagged by anybody, but I just felt like doing it, so sorry about the glare on my glasses. It's like really bothering me. Okay, so my number one pet peeve is when a girl calls, and it's mostly girls, not guys, when girls say, oh yeah, she's my best friend, and then like 10 minutes later or the next day, they're like talking about them, like saying, oh, she's such a slut and a whore, and the only reason she goes over to blah blah blah's house is to hang out with her brother. Just like, seriously? Yeah, you just called them your best friend, and now you're like talking about them. And then another thing is when girls are talking about another girl, and they're looking at them when they're talking, and it's like, can you make it more obvious? It's like an example. This is like what happened to me. Okay, so I had set down my lunch plate, and I had to go back because I forgot like a milk or I forgot napkins. And so I went back, and Jaden was still in line, so he slid my plate over just so he could sit like in the middle so he wouldn't get ignored. And so I came back and was like, Jaden, I was sitting there, and he was like, no, you weren't. And I was like, yeah, my plate was there, and obviously you slid it over. And so when he got up to take his tray, I slid back over to my spot and let Bryant take my plate because he takes my plate sometimes. And so he was like, Grace, I was sitting there, and I was like, yeah, after you moved my tray. And he was like, whatever. And so he sat down in the seat that I was sitting in before that. And then Aaliyah turns around and talks to Dad, and it's like, oh, I would have slapped that bitch in the face. Like, seriously? And while she was saying that, she was staring at me. Like, after she said that, she stared at me, and she was just like, you're making it obvious that you were talking about me. Ugh. Oh, another thing is that when girls, and it's mostly girls, because guys don't do this unless, like, they take pictures in their underwear, and, like, I don't know how they would do it, like, put a cup on or something like that. But when girls take pictures and post them on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or whatever, and they say, oh, looking rough or looking ratchet, and or like, I'm so fat, obviously you're doing that to get attention, not because you don't want attention, and I don't know. But, I mean, obviously you're just trying to get attention. Oh, another is when, and this is, I'm sorry about all of this, it's about girls. Like, most of them are about girls, because girls just bug the out of me. Like, I just want to punch all of the girls in the face. I mean, I know I do this sometimes. I know I do some of these sometimes. Like, I'm not perfect. Like, nobody's perfect. But when girls do these constantly, every single day, every single second, minute, millisecond, whatever. But when girls talk so nasally, they sound like it's allergy season and they haven't taken medicine to try to clear it up. But they talk like this, and they just trying to get attention. Or they trying to sound like more like girls because their voice sounds like this. I don't even know. But it's just so freaking annoying. Like, seriously, go take some Claritin or Mucinex or whatever and stop talking so nasally. I can see if it's like your regular voice and you talk like that, but if you talk like that on purpose is what drives me nuts. Another, this is for all people, but when people walk slow on purpose, like, you'll be walking in the hallway and there's this group of people. They just stop in the middle of the hallway. It's like, and like, all my friends just stand there. And like, I'm the only one that says, excuse me, and like barge through them. Like, I don't even wait for them to move. I barge through them. Like, that pisses me off so bad. Oh, I know that it was the wind blowing, and I thought like my mom's door open. Hold on. No, it didn't. Just making sure, because I don't want to, like, yeah. Okay, but that makes me so mad. I mean, I can understand if you're an elderly and you walk slow because, I mean, elderly people don't have much energy. But, I mean, if you're a 17-year-old or a 12-year-old or a 13, 15-year-old, you don't need to walk slow. Unless, like, your leg's broken or something like that. I mean, seriously. Oh, here's another thing. When you're in public and people randomly start singing, it's like Target. Like, people just randomly start singing. It's like, if I wanted to listen to you sing, if I wanted to listen to sing, I would be listening to the radio right now, not in Target. People just, I mean, why would you start singing in public? I mean, yeah, maybe if, like, you're Luke Bryan, Rihanna, or someone like that. I mean, if you're, like, one of those singers that's famous and you're singing in public, I get that. But if you're just some random person that starts singing, you're not even singing on key, you're not even singing the right lyrics. That just bugs the heck out of me. Oh, another thing is when people are staring at the lyrics on the screen or, like, whatever, and they're not even saying the right words. Like, say Titanium. Like, there was this girl that was trying to sing, well, no, I don't even know what song it was. It was, like, but I was over at my friend's house, and she is, like, one of the worst singers. She's not even my friend. I was over there for, like, some reason because I didn't have a ride to church, and I had to go over to her house. But she was singing a song to one of her, whatever it's called, to one of her favorite songs, and I had the lyrics were on the screen, and she was just, like, seriously, the lyrics are on the screen, and you can't even read them? I mean, you make, like, all A's, and you still can't read them? That just, bugs me. Oh, another thing is when you're in public and, like, say you're going to Chick-fil-A, and you get in line, and people just, like, turn around, and they stare at you, look back around, and stare at you again. Like, that happened to me last night. Like, we were at Chick-fil-A because we were just going from a funeral, and there was this guy named Will who was, like, from my kindergarten class, and I hadn't seen him since kindergarten. He turned around, looked at me, looked back at me for, like, 10 seconds. I'm like, do you have a staring problem? Like, when people do that, I'm just like, oh. One girl at her church, she has the worst staring problem ever. She says, I was like, do you have a staring problem? And she was like, yeah, it's a habit. I'm just like, oh. This video is getting really long. When people smack their food. When girls stick out their butt and their boobs, like they're sitting like this and they're, just, like, seriously, if we wanted to look at, I just can't explain it. When your parents walk into your room to get something, and when they leave, they do not close the door all the way. Or they do not knock. I'm just like, seriously, I could have been changing. But yet, I don't know. Don't knock and don't close the door. Oh, when your teachers are helping another student and you turn around and it's just, bam, their butt is in your face. And you're just like, gross. Oh, when people make annoying sounds with their straws like this. Oh, it doesn't do it right. Or like, they blow it or they go, like, stop. It's annoying. When people ask you what's wrong or why aren't you smiling? So I would just be sitting like this. And people are like, what's wrong? I'm just like, what are you talking about? Sorry. You're not smiling. I was like, okay. I was like, am I supposed to smile, like, all the time? Like, no, that would hurt my face. And it's like, when people interrupt you, like, that is one thing that bothers me. But when people interrupt you, they ask you what you were going to say, but you forget because they interrupted you. It's like, I don't know, what was I going to say? Oh, wait, I don't remember because your fat mouth interrupted me. When I have to repeat myself. Like, I was saying something to my mom. It's like, I'll say, like, one thing that doesn't really bother me is when you have to yell your mom's name a lot. I mean, that bothers me. I'm just like, do you need hearing aids? I'm not making fun of people with hearing aids because, I mean, I have 2 deaf people in my family. But, like, I'll be sitting there. It's like, Mom, I'm over here. She's like, what? I'm over here. And she's like, what? I said, I'm over here. And then she was like, dang, you don't have to yell. I'm just like, I repeated myself like 3 times. That just bothers me. Okay, like, I have so many more pet peeves. Like, I'm the most easily annoyed person ever. Like, if I don't like you, like, it's hard for me not to like you. Like, you have to, like, make a buzzard go off in my head. Like, you have to be literally, I don't even know. Like, it's hard for me not to like people. Like, there's only, like, I really don't like 4 people, and, like, I could hate, like, everybody at my school if I wanted to, but it's hard to annoy. Well, it's not hard to annoy me. It's hard for me to hate you. But, yeah, I have, like, so many more pet peeves, but this is already, like, a 10-minute video, so I don't want it to last for, like, hours. But, yeah, that was my pet peeves. I'm sorry if I was sounding a little bitchy during this. Yeah. Bye, guys.